Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom, Mishpaka. And this is your host, Brian Anthony Benya with Beyond Babbitt, USI, reporting for duty. Your host, Brian Anthony Benya with Beyond Babbitt, USI, reporting for duty. Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. That's all I can say. Who the cap fits, let them wear it. Who the cap fits, let him wear it. It's amazing, man. This is amazing. I just can't. It's a good thing that I knew that this stuff was coming. Appreciate the like, family. Appreciate the thumbs up. It's a good thing that I knew that this was coming, you know. If it wouldn't, it'd really blow my mind. Just think about those who didn't know that it was coming and it's just hitting them right now. I mean, they have to sit down, they have to take a seat right now. Excuse me, they can't believe this is coming true. I can't believe it either. But it is, and we're here now. So, until the philosophy. So this is war, guys. It's war time. Ain't no guarantees. They have declared war on us. We'll get into it. So we're going to call this one Separate. We're going to call it Separate. And then what you got to do? Adjust. Adjust. Separate. And adjust. You got to make the adjustments. And when we get to the lesson, we'll get to that at the last part. Just want to talk about all the prophecies are fulfilling and everything just hitting us all at once. But we have to remember that our Father made a covenant with us, a covenant of peace during these times. And just Spirit, I just have to say, guys, nowhere in the book does it say, by their color you will know them. We should say, by their fruits you will know them. By their fruits. You're going to be able to tell by looking at people who you can't tell. Everybody has it's a game of chess and checkers. I mean, it's not checkers, it's chess. And, you have infiltrators on both sides. So you know them by their fruits, by their love. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and how many of you guys looked at the Black Goo? I did a little short video, left a few links. Check out that's very important. That's very important. It's overwhelming. I mean, it's So they're on the verge making the disclosure. You know, the little reports they've put out so far, from my understanding, have been, they're trying to say, oh, they're real. We don't know what it is. It's unidentified flying objects, stuff like that. Okay. But we know what it really is. So, so much they're hitting us with right now, guys. So did the little video. I said, learn about the black goo. Your life could depend on it, because in the movies, the black goo can jump out of one person into another, and it duplicates and replicates, and that's what's in the Thriller. Black goo, the nano. That's what the 10-story giants are going to be composed of. The black goo, programmable matter. It's not man-made. Everything is converging all at once. They're expecting all type of quote-unquote natural catastrophes, what the insurance would call acts of God. You understand? And then they're planning a lot of things to themselves. That just means it's war, both sides going. What side are you on? Have you chosen the side? You're going to have to choose a side. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to choose up. So, it's heavy, man. It's heavy. Heavy. I mean, can you think? Just think about this, right? Because when I went back and looked at the black goo information, it's magnetic. And I thought about it, man. I'm like, everybody who done got SEAL, Fitbit body, and now I understand GOCC brought something out. Let me go make sure I'm going to my notes here and let me touch on all of it. So this is the GOCC brought something out. And it's basically like the movie Minority Report. Tom Cruise. Minority Report. And when he was walking through the mall, right? The things had commercials. It knew his name, and the commercials were directed specifically at him. And it's like the Matrix, where you plugged into the Matrix, the board. Excuse me. Well, he said the GOCC, they were talking about they're going to be able to put commercials in people's dreams, advertisements in your dreams. You're a slave, you're just a consumer. And they brought out the scripture where the Most High seals his word in at night. But they got that spot now too. Nimrod in the temple, you understand? And I thought about, I mean, you got people with batteries and stuff sticking on them, whole kitchen sinks and everything, hammers sticking to them. They really got juiced, you know what I mean? And so when the spaceships come to get them, you know Planet Hale, right? Planet Hale, that guy used to talk about. One side of the planet, Coro 7b, I believe the scientific name of it. One side of it is iron, and it's like frozen. The other side of it is fire, and you can hear things screaming from inside of it. It has windows, and that's what they seeing up there, like the second sun. Did I mention it was magnetic? One will be taken, the other left. When that thing come around, that magnetic pull. It's going that other magnetic pull going. You out of here, Jack. You out of here, Jack. It's deep, man. I know people, man, who once were on the track. You know what I mean? I had the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm talking about speaking in tongues. Just to turn around and get this and take the sign up with the beast. I'm talking about, I know people street preaching and all that. You know what I'm saying? And just threw it all away. Just threw it all away. It ain't no once saved, always saved. Contrary to popular opinion, no. Somebody, the husband, the wife, and the kids, and all got Thriller. No chance. So let me tell you why that bothers me now too as well. Because in the video that the GOCC guys had brought out, they played a French doctor, French scientist. It was in French, but it was the subtitles in English. And he said, one day, you'll be able to control man like this and like that. And he mentioned some towers. He mentioned frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Like the G6 and the G5. And then he said, this is not a hypothesis. He said, this has been done. So in other words, he was like, this is not no theory. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? In other words, he said, I got proof. He said, think, what was it? Did he say think 90s? Think Rwanda. He said they turn the frequencies on and they go so low and everybody get confused. Confusion, you understand? Who is the author of that? Not our Father. And they just, everybody go to fighting each other, hacking each other, like the movie Cell. So everybody who got thrillerized, you're already on some type of freaking, and you got the nano in you, the black goo. See, that's why I wanted everybody to know what that was, so they don't just be like, why does this guy keep mentioning this stuff? I hope you took a look at some of those videos and saw the scientists speak on it, because his part is really, wow, especially when he shows the close-up what it looks like in the drawing. Wow. You've given your body over, your temple over. He sits in the temple saying that he is God. French doctor used the word zombie. He used the word zombie. He said when they turn them frequencies and turn it up, crank it up, and turn them down real low. See, that's the alpha, beta, the delta, and the theta. What your brain, and you tune to these frequencies, guys. And they know how to forecast their devices against you. The book of Daniel. And they turned them into killers. They said it wasn't no the Hutus versus the Tutsis. That's the story they gave us. Yeah. So we're gonna keep going. Purge forever. Forever purge. July 4th weekend. That's this, not this weekend like tomorrow, but the next weekend. This is the stuff that um, so you got to go to another platform. You got to go over to Rumble, and A Plain Truth has a video on there. If you want to see it, because that's what we're going to talk about. It's a lot of info in there. A leaked document from the UK. All the things that the Most High was putting in my spirit, all the information that I was getting, wherever it came from, and as we were presenting it, breaking it down, all the prophecies that we were going over, it's all true. Now we have a date. Now we have proof out of their mouth. We have their documents. So A Plain Truth just put it out. He used to be on the tube, but they axed him. He's on Rumble now. But you gotta know about this black goo, guys, because the guy from GOCC mentioned Sleeping with the Enemy, and I tried to remember that movie. It was kind of old, but it was real popular when I was younger, and I think either the husband or the wife, one of them, had something inside of them, and it you know what? Something can slip out of whoever you with at night and slip into you. Yeah. That's this stuff. That's why she said, separate, and adjust. The shedding stuff, it might be more than what they said. You understand? It might be more than what they said. So, A Plain Truth, you want to watch that video. I was going to link it, all this stuff. I might go back and link it later, maybe not. But it's not there now on the live. But I appreciate y'all for joining in, man. Bless y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the likes. I ain't going to tell you what they did to the last one because it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all for doing it. But, so before we get to speaking about what was in the A Plain Truth video, and then before we get to the lesson, let's go over some other things that's in the news that it's gonna make it clear why we have to separate and adjust. The National Guard just said they're broke. They said they're broke. They said the Treasury somebody, the U.S. government owes them $500 million for guarding Bo Jiden. So they said they're not going to do any more training, anything like that, until they get their money. 500 million big smackaroos, baby. National Guard, guys. Don't you know people in the National Guard? I do. Okay. Now, on top of that, the National Guard just got through doing a nationwide lights out scenario drill. It started, what did they say, on the East Coast? I think they said it started on the East Coast. But it ended up spreading, even though the East Coast is on the grid, the West Coast is on the grid, and Texas is on the grid. But they say, it just ended up spreading, and it knocked the whole country out. It knocked the whole country. They just did a drill, just completed it. Darkness, guys. Let's keep it moving. There's a lot of people saying these are, the Q type people, I guess, saying Trump is coming back in August. T-Rump. So they're bringing him back in August. Don't matter who they bring back, it's the devil. If they bring him back, he the devil. Whoever they bring back is the devil. Yeah, they said it's going to be some arrest. They found, what's his name, McAfee, dead. But they said his dead man switch, he had a dead man switch, which was going to give up everybody. And it's already done did his thing. These are all the rumors. This is all the stuff that's going on. Judah Love, shalom, brother. Shabbat shalom. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate the donation there, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Okay, then they say we're expecting. Yes, sir. We're gonna teach. We're gonna teach. Right now, we got to get this, because this stuff, they told us this stuff was fiction. They told us this stuff didn't exist. This was mythological and conspiracy and conspiracy theory. Now we're finding out this is the real stuff. And it's smacking everybody in the face all at the same time. And everybody's just waking up to it like they don't know what's going on. So, guys, Skynet just went active. Skynet is active. If you've seen the Terminator movies, you thought it was fake. No. It links everything together. So everybody also who's got the Fitbit body, you're on the IoT, baby. You're on the Internet of Things. So Ring doorbells, Siri, Alexa, and all them other little things, they linked up now. And it's active. That happened like on June the 8th, 2021. We're in the Matrix. All the movies that we've been watching all these years, it's not a movie anymore. It's not entertainment anymore. We're here, guys. So we're expecting all type of natural disasters. This is going to be from one thing to the next. That's why the covenant of peace is going to mean so much that the Most High has promised. So now let's get into the video, guys. Before we get into it, I'm going to say I sent it to a friend of mine, right? I was trying to give it a heads up on some things that's happening, because that's what he's talking about in the video. It's leaked information. He just reads the letter. And so I spoke to her afterwards, and she was like, did he say that everybody should go get the thriller or should not get the thriller? Now, in my mind, I'm knowing. You don't need nobody to tell you what to do. You know what to do or what not to do. This man didn't even mention whether you should get it or not. He telling you what the plans are. I say he's telling you what the plans are of the leaders of this world, what their plans are starting in the next 3 weeks. And you talking about, is he saying, should I go get it or not get it? I say, that's your heart. You wanna go get it so you can go on vacation. You know how right I was? I got a LOL. I guess I done been on my last cruise. Oh, I know she was planning on going on a cruise. Yeah, so yeah. Man, come on, man. Everybody who got Thriller Eyes is going to be in for a big surprise of the plans they have for you and the plans the Most High have for you. And a lot of them said they believed in it. Why didn't you read his book then? You would have known this is it, baby. And all the pastors failed you. All the churches failed you. Not one of them told you not to take it. Matter of fact, they did the opposite. They still doing the opposite. And they're going to be judged for it. You got prophets lying to them. Oh, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is just a test. What they tested for. Oh, man. Okay, come on. You got it. Come on with it. So, guys, this gets into. Remember when I shared the David E. Goldberg, the Friends of Goldberg, the guy that lost his life getting this information out, saying how they were going to come after the YouTubers and it's going to be like a killing spree. Okay, they finna start disappearing people. So let me just tell you some of the mental notes I took from this guy's the leaked information. And so he did say the UK. Remember that reality show that we've been talking about that I didn't have a date for? It's true. We have a date for it for the UK, July the 15th. Remember that show was called Lockdown, the reality TV show, and I said this time it's going to be total lockdown. That's not true. Because the word they used wasn't total lockdown. The word they used was permanent. Permanent lockdown. So it's a little more than what I said. It's a little more than what I had understood it to be. Not total. Permanent. 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 Yeah. Get that out to everybody. Make sure everybody knows in the UK on July the 15th of 2021. Permanent. 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 So that's almost like the dumb diverses, right? Perpetual. That's like forever. Because they said we were going to be in slavery forever. So that's why they got to eat that mess. Yeah, they going to have to eat that. But this is permanent lockdown. Yeah, that's what they said. And they gave a reason for it. The reason for it would be because of the new variants coming out of India. And specifically the Kamala variant. That's what they said. Coming out of India and Bangladesh? India and Bhutan or something. I don't know. Anyway, that area. And then they named some other dates. So almost like weekly or every other week, they're going to be shutting down other places, saying, well, this variant mixed with this variant, and people is getting sick. Climate chaos, that's something totally different. That's what Mike from Around the World was talking about. But this permanent thing here is going to be because of the variants. And they're saying that so they said that the quote-unquote health system is going to be taxed so bad it's going to almost collapse. And they said we're not going to be able to continue with the summer. They're shutting down the summer, guys. They're going to shut the summer down, starting in the UK. And theme parks, stuff like that, shutting them down, going on lockdown. They're looking for anti-lockdown protesters. They're going to target them. I already mentioned the health system crash, and they're saying it's just not going to be safe. Everybody got the permanent staying in, universal basic income, Minority Report. And these are the things that were discussed at the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They already talked about it. That just ended. And you notice they took pictures. They were all standing in the water. What was that, at the G7? And the water was like at their ankles and stuff. Nobody knew what that meant. It's because of the floods and all this stuff that what do you call it? God events, acts of God, on top of everything else that's happening. So we understand that WW3 is kicking off right before our eyes. There's been a few skirmishes already. And what they're saying is this, guys. With the lockdowns, they're going to continue to push. Everybody's going to have to get Thriller. And they estimate, and their goal is to kill off the Western nations. I think they said, don't quote me on this, but the language he was using, he made it sound like it was going to be majority white people dying. That's the way he made it sound. From the Thriller and the Western nations, the U.S. and all the Western nations, and they're gonna be dying like in big numbers. And he said the blacks, the Asians, and I don't know why they threw this population in there, but the LGBTs, they're gonna have to do something because he said they putting up a lot of resistance. I can understand why the LGBTs would, because they think that's probably how they got the HIV/AIDS stuff, you know. But they said the Asians don't trust the government because of the stuff they did to them. He said the quote unquote blacks don't trust them, so they got a new plan for them, for these groups. They're gonna have to come hard for them to make them get Thrillerized, because they're saying everybody got to get it. And they're saying it's by 2025. By 2025. And they said by 2050, it's in effect. It's in effect. They're saying by 2050, it's not quite in line with the Georgia Guidestones. He said by 2050, the entire world will be at 1 billion people. Now, remember when I told you the Exodus, if everything goes according to plan, what we get out the wilderness in 2049, right? 19 years after 2030. Well, they saying by 2050, the world will be at 1 billion population. And they said 500 million of that is going to be Asians, Japanese and Chinese, because they're real subservient. You know, they mind their government. That's what they said. So they said they used to taking orders, that's what he said, from the government. So they want to keep them alive. I guess they're easier to train than everybody else. And they say they're coming after the pro-freedom people. Now, a lot of people, when they left YT, got their own website or got on. Yeah, unbelievable. It's happening. That's what I'm saying. That's what the guy David E. Goldberg was saying, Friends of Goldberg. And remember what happened to him. He's no longer with us. He was trying to escape, but apparently, his message got out, but he didn't. And so the pro-freedom people, freedom of speech people like that, they coming. He said they're coming. They're going to ban, delete websites and everything like that. So even if you ran to another platform, they'd get you there. Kind of like Alex Jones, how they just got him. You know, he still has his websites, but they're saying they're going to be able to take your website away from you too. You're just going to disappear. So that's the model. They're going to knock you off everything. And then they said they can even jail you. They're going to get you for hate speech and starting riots and all kind of stuff. And that would include YouTubers. They said they're going to give you information to the cops and you'll be arrested. They're going to drum up some charges. and they're gonna deploy the army to go door to door to make sure everybody get Thriller. And they're gonna have stay home bracelets. Stay at home bracelets. And they said they're already using these bracelets like in with the ish over there, in the fake Israel. So everybody also who got the Thriller, guys, you're on the IoT now. You're on the Internet of Things. You're a dot. And they can identify your organs. They know if your organs are good or not. They know everything about you. They know if your eyes work. Everything is for sale. Every little piece of you, you're owned. You're even patented now. You're in a database. And they saying they got to get everybody. So their date, they say they're going to start this thing on July the 15th. And by 12/1/21, they said they're going to be complete. Everybody going to be done submitted to them. That's what they say. And they got plans of starvation and all kind of stuff. They're going to twist your arm, in other words. So it's war, guys. So I definitely need to tell y'all, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, thank y'all for rocking with me, serving the Most High Yah with me. Because when it's war, it's going to be casualties. There ain't no guarantee that anybody is coming back. We have to hide? No, ain't no hiding, Tammy Joe. Ain't no hiding. Most High gonna hide us. We gotta escape. First of all, we can't bow. Because if you worship the beast, your name ain't in the book. Not in the book of life. Like I said, I lost the whole family. One of my family members, the whole family done got signed up. Yeah, the military is not going to take that stuff, man. Yeah, you heard about, the people who taking it are flopping dead. So they can't, they ain't worried about it. What else we got? Stay at home bracelets, the Internet of Things. 12/1/21, baby. Oh, and guess what? So if the cold and flu season is really bad this year, I hope you know your vitamins and minerals and your herbs, because when they announce the permanent lock, they're going to tell all the drug makers, pharmaceuticals, big drug companies, not to make any cold and flu medicine, period, for OTC or prescription, period. Period. You ain't going to be able to get nothing. And it's starting in the UK. So that means it's a worldwide push. How many days or weeks you think it'll be in the US and everywhere else? Might be just days. Wesley T. Heaton Jr., shalom, shalom. Crimes against us, yeah. No, Rodney McCray. Hive mind, brother. Hive mind. If you ain't had it, everybody who got it gonna know that you ain't got it. They're just gonna turn all their heads, gonna turn to you. Because you become a contact tracer. Look that up, brother. You got to find out what that means. It's not just a conspiracy. Contact tracer. See, when you got it, you don't need your app you don't need your phone to be a contact tracer for you. It's in you now. And yeah, come on, man. You are connected to the World Wide Web as well. Oh, okay. Dark Wolf. Okay, shalom, brother. Yeah, man. So what else we got? So yeah, they're gonna target the blacks, the Asians, and the LGBTs because they said they're gonna put up the most fight, and that's about it, man. I ain't see why that was so heavy on me. Just getting the news out. Just getting the news out, man. Because even though they've made it illegal in this state and other states for people to ask you, have you taken it, or to require proof that you've taken it for employment, they're still doing it. So that's how you know it's bigger than just a city or a state thing. This is a worldwide push, you know, worldwide push. So they did it for the flu, yeah. And it's not. So once they announce this stuff, it ain't gonna be no. But I thank the Most High for several years now. I've been trying to stay away from any type of pharmaceutical. I don't care if it's over the counter or whatever, because it's pharmakia. So prayer and trying to use natural things. That's what the Most High has allowed me to start to learn and to use, and stay away from the doctors at all costs, man. Yeah. And so we got to separate and adjust. So we're gonna go ahead and get into our lesson, because yeah, Dr. Seeley. Yeah. Exactly, man. So it's tough, man. It's tough. So after they tried, I guess, all the rewards and all the offering everything that they could offer, they got a certain penetration amount that they can turn them into the. I told you that doctor used the zombie. He said they will be zombies. That's why the CDC put that on. They know what's going on. And he said it's not a hypothesis. He said they've done it before. And just think how much more better it's going to be this time. And you got to separate and adjust. I mean, you love these people, but they made a bad decision. And if they turned that mess on today and dropped the frequency and turned up the waves, these people will attack you because they know you ain't got it. They'll hack you to pieces. And you'll be like, what's wrong? That's your mama, brother, sister, friend, whatever. Okay. They got it. You don't have it. They're being controlled. Mind controlled. Yeah. Separate and adjust. I mean, I hate that it's like that. So let's go ahead and get to our lesson. Let's see, somebody say something. Crazy times, yeah. Yeah, man, I agree. Hey, man, that's a blessing, man. I know it's tough, I know it's tough, but it has to be done. And now we have a timeline. These guys say July 15th. That's 3 weeks. So that's in the UK. We don't know. we're not going to be that far behind. We may be, a day or two, or may even beat them. Who knows? I told you what the information I had about the set plans that this city was making, and this is why. It's a worldwide push. This is it, guys. So, hallelujah. Let's go ahead and get in this word right quick. Thank you, Father. Speak, Father. Speak to us. Speak to me, Father. Speak through me. Lead your people. Guide your people. Give us eyes to hear, eyes to see, and ears to hear, and heart to understand. Thank you, Father. That should be lifted up. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, who is Jesus the Christ. Hallelujah. Amen. Come on. We're going back to Genesis. Talking about Abram, we're talking about the beginning. This is the father of the faith. He had to go through this. He was born on the other side, but he was, Sodom and Gomorrah was around. You know about the wickedness. So we're going to Genesis 13, verse 1. And Abram went up out of Egypt, and he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. So we know when Abram came out, right, he came out with his dad and his brothers, and one of his brothers was dead, and his wife. And so it was a big band of them when they came out, right? They done separated already. One separation done already happened. Now it's just Abraham and his wife and his people, and Lot and his people. All them other ones, we don't know where they at. But, they separated already. They've already separated and made the adjustment. And these two, well, it looks like they're doing very well for themselves. Let's read it again. 13:1, Genesis. Should I say Bereshit? And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. Hallelujah. And he went on his journeys from the south, even to Beth-el, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Beth-el and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of Yahuwah. Hallelujah. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. So Lot wasn't no slouch. Lot had some things too. You see what I'm saying? And when he came out, remember, when he came out, he was his nephew. He was just his nephew. We don't know if he had anything. But along the way, they done picked up some things. So as you go, as you're obedient, the Most High is going to continue to add blessings unto you. Verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. So they had so much stuff between the two of them. It's too much. We gotta separate again. That's a good way to separate. Separate because you're so blessed. Both of y'all are so blessed. That's the reason you're separating. Now, they finna give, some other reasons in there as well. But for the most part, it's another separation. So this is what separate and adjust. It's gonna be constant, guys. When we're being obedient, come out. It's like we did 6 parts on the come out. Abram, come out. It's cyclical. Just like he's the father of the faith. He's the first. Now it's time to us. Follow in the footsteps. Let's get it. Let's go back to verse 5. 13:5. Genesis, Bereshit. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled in the land. Now the Canaanites are Hamites, guys. Remember that was Canaan is supposed to be a seed of Ham, who Noah cursed. And I guess part of that curse was whenever shoot, this certain bloodlines see you, they're gonna take your stuff. Most High always tell us to get the Canaanites. Take their stuff. Just take it. Don't even, So there we go. And these are Hamites. Verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together. For their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle, and the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself. Say what? Separate thyself. Separate thyself. Here we go again. We got to separate. We got to come out. Verse 9. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou wilt depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yahuwah destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord. So he's like, man, I got flocks and herds. It's a lot of water over here. The grass is green. I'm going this way. Even though it's Sodom and Gomorrah, it's plush, it's lush. It's gonna feed, it's enough to feed me and my family, my flocks, and I can flourish. Verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yahuwah destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of Yahuwah, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Then Lot chose them all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. Another separation. That's what I'm saying. We see that word often here often. We got to separate. Separate. Separate and adjust. The Most High can't bless you if you don't do what he tell you to do. He got to get you to where he can, because people have influences on other people. Even the apostles, they had to separate. They didn't all just stick together 12 or 14. One of them went bad. So all 13 of them just wasn't kicking it together like that. You see what I'm saying? They separate. They might see each other every now and then. And that's how he was able to use them more mightily. Everybody got to stay in their own lane. Okay, where are we here? Verse 11. Then Lot chose them all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. Now he pitched his tent toward Sodom. Lot did. Okay. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Yahuwah exceedingly. And Yahuwah said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated, this is what he said to him. He said this to him after. Verse 14. And Yahuwah said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. Just look all around. For all, A-L-L, the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it. I'm giving this all to you. And to thy seed forever. How long? Forever. How long? Forever. Okay, well, let's get it. Let's get it back. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto Yahuwah. Hallelujah. We're just going to do 13. I just want to show y'all that Abram continued to separate. And every time he separated, he got blessed more. But if everything stayed the same all the time, he can't use you. He might have to go find somebody else. So separate and adjust. Make the adjustment. Separate and adjust like a tree. You keep pruning the tree. People are like, why are you cutting on the tree? If you prune it, cut this off, it's going to make this grow better. It's going to fly away. It's going to get even bigger. You want it to go where it needed to go. So it's not us. We didn't author this. That's how the Most High is doing it. So don't let it get hard to you guys. We do have to separate. See, I don't know what some of y'all are waiting on. You know, you're steady around these people who you know have been jabberized, been thrillerized, and you won't separate. That black goo is gonna jump out of them and into you. It's time to start practicing social distancing. Seriously. Can't live around these people. Can't work around these. You know, I mean, they are emitting EMF frequencies. Look it up. Somebody even they emitting EMF frequencies. And the stuff when their eyes turn black. Man, this is the stuff that's in the movies, man. But we have a covenant of peace. He told us in Revelation, in Corinthians, in Jeremiah, we got to come out of here, my people. And the one in Revelation, he said that you don't partake of her sins, that you don't receive of her plagues. And the other one say, come out of here, touch not the unclean thing. See. But they're on the gas, guys. The devil knows he has a little time. They're on their way. They're trying to come. They even sending out the military. Like the flood. They open up the flood. See, the earth is going to open up and swallow them. They're not going to get Israel. Because all Israel going to be saved. We got to stand on it. You see what I'm saying? But we have to know when it's time to separate, too. Because if they have been jabberized, okay, you got to cut that. Drop the anchor. Let's keep moving. You see what I'm saying? They made that decision, right? Okay. I understand. You can't come. You can't come with us. Your name is not in the book for sure. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Well, yeah, that's all I got for y'all right now, man. That's all the Most High put on me to speak to y'all. I thank y'all, man, for joining. You know, I was always thinking big, and I still am. But I was thinking expanding, doing this, because but if they're gonna try to do a permanent, yeah, man, I said permanent. So I can wait. I'm still gonna be getting everything together like I was doing, but as far as the expansion, I can wait 3 weeks to see if it's accurate. Sounds pretty accurate to me. Matches all the other information I've been getting. Even the information that I brought forth that I didn't have a date to. This, I told you, it feels eerily similar to the dreams that I had. Yeah, guys. What do you do between now and then, though? Just go full steam ahead. Try to have all the fun you can. Hell no. Hell no. That's not the answer. So we gotta get out the flesh. That's flesh. Don't worry about none of that. Keep doing what the books say do. Even to the point of marrying and giving in marriage. We gotta please the Most High. We're gonna continue to be fruitful and increase. Be fruitful and multiply. We got to continue that. Don't let nothing, Yeah, I know they playing. I know they want to sterilize everybody. We're not gonna let no king be over us, but yeah. This is one of our brethren. You understand? So with that said, guys, this is your host, Brian Anthony. Ben Yah with Beyond Babbitt, USI. That's the United States of Israel. Signing out, saying over and out. Your host, Brian Anthony. Ben Yah with Beyond Babbitt, United States of Israel. Saying peace and blessings. Love y'all. Till the next time. Shalom, shalom, family. Shabbat shalom. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Till the next time.